Good day, Doc Romeo Santa Maria Igot. I'm Delpha G. Mahilom, Teacher 1 at Lingonan Elementary School, Isdio Valenzuela. My topic is all about the basic differences between approach, strategy, method, technique, and model. Before I proceed to my topic, let us know what is basic approach to teaching. Basic approach to teaching is a way of looking at teaching and learning. Underlying any language, teaching approach is a theoretical view of what language is and of how it can be learned. An approach gives rise to methods, the way of teaching something, which use classroom activities or techniques to help learners learn. The basic differences between approach, strategy, method, technique, and model. Approach. An approach is a set of correlative assumptions about the nature of language and language learned. An approach is treating something in a certain way. Teaching approach is your own personal philosophy of teaching. It's a set of assumptions. Why? An approach is something that reflects a certain model or research paradigm. It is a set of theories and principles. Learning approach is the way teachers view the learning process, in which there are learning strategies with all his theories. It can be divided into two approaches. Those are student-centered approach and teacher-centered approach. Strategy. Strategy usually requires some sort of planning for setting goals. Learning strategy is a teacher of learning activities undertaken with the aim of the learning process that takes place in the classroom can achieve our goals to effectively and efficiently. In principle, the learning strategy of conceptual plans that will decisions be taken in the learning process. Viewed from the side of the strategy, can be grouped into two general categories. It will be exposition discovery learning and group individual learning. Learning strategy is still conceptual, necessary for the implementation of certain teaching methods. Method. Method can be considered as a way of learning that must be taken to realize the plan that has been a teacher in real and practical activities in the classroom to achieve learning activities. Thus, the strategy is a plan for achieving goals, while the method is a way for achieving goals. Method is a settled kind of procedure, usually according to a definite, established, logical, or systematic plan. Method is a general way in which activity is conducted. A method is a plan for presenting the language material to be learned and should be based upon a selected approach. Teaching approach refers to how you apply your answer from the question stated in teaching approaches to your day-to-day instruction in front of your students. Method is defined as a habitual, logical, or prescribed practice or systematic process of achieving certain end results with accuracy and efficiency, usually in a preordained sequence of steps. Method is how to carry out this assumption and theories how. A method is a set of procedures that describe how to teach a language. It's the way you apply these theories and principles. A method is an overall plan for the orderly presentation of language material, no part of which contradict and all of which is based upon the selected approach. There are many methods: learning, lecture, demonstration, discussion, simulation, laboratory, field experience, brainstorming, debate, symposium, and so forth. Technique. Technique is the various methods and process developed through knowledge, skill, and experience. Is a very specific concrete strategy or trick designed to accomplish an immediate objective. It is a procedure skills for completing a specific task. Teaching technique, there are little spickly tricks we all know and use to get the job done in the classroom. Technique means a systematic procedure, formula, or routine by which a task is accomplished, and this is a steps to achieve certain goals. Technique is a classroom device or activity and is more specific than method. It's the tools and tasks you use to make your method succeed. A technique is implementation, must be consistent with a method and therefore in harmony with an approach. Technique is a practical method or art applied to some particular task or skillfulness in a command or fundamentals deriving from practice and familiarity. Learning technique is the way to which teacher is carrying out the method of learning. Model. Learning model is a frame from the application of an approach, strategy, methods, and techniques of learning. A learning model is a series of strategies, methods, and techniques of learning in a single unified whole. Thus, the learning model is specifically a form of learning which is reflected from start to finish, is typically presented by the teacher. This my reference, Education Language Learning. Thank you so much, discussant Delpha G. Mahilom, Teacher 1 of Lingonan Elementary School, East D.O. Valenzuela.